Hello. I just wanted to touch base because I was having a conversation with someone who hadn't heard of synchronicities. And I know when they first came into my life, it was so amazing. So I wanted to sort of share that. Some people believe that the word synchronicities are synonymous with coincidences, but I don't actually believe in coincidences. To me, synchronicities are messages from the universe, whatever that means to you. Messages from your higher self, from your guides, angels, messages leaving little breadcrumbs saying, hey, look at this, no, look at this again. It's when you see things repeatedly in a row where people say, oh my gosh, I saw that again. What if it's a sign? It can be related to animals that you keep seeing that you don't often see. So you can look up the spiritual meaning or definition or the metaphorical meaning of the animals. It could be sometimes when I was traveling and backpacking years ago, I wouldn't be sure what the next place was that I was meant to go to. And I would ask the universe, can you help me make it clear where I should go next? And then it was about being present in the moment and observing, not in that moment, but in all moments. And you start noticing the repeating conversations you have with people, or I would meet 3 or 4 different people and each of them would speak of this one place. So I knew that that was where I needed to go next. It can be about where to go, what to do, things to think about. It's really those repeating messages, repeating scenarios, repeating signs, which are amazing tips and tools and techniques to help us move in the direction along our path. So I would love to know, what kind of synchronicities have you had in your life that really, really spoke to you? It's one of my favorite things to talk about because I've had so many. I'm trying to think if there's anything off the top of my head that really comes to it. For me, when I started following messages from the universe, I knew I wanted to move outside of where I currently live. And I asked the universe, could you, again, give me some tips or tricks? Let's see, this example was when I was living in British Columbia, west coast of Canada. I knew I needed to go on a trip. I just had this feeling, but I didn't know where. And I asked the universe for some signs. And the following day when I was at work, I had 2 separate patients talking about how they were hoping to go travel to Bali on a vacation. I thought, wow, that was really amazing. So at the end of the day, I thought, well, maybe that is where I meant to go. I'd love one more confirmation. And of course, if I do have another confirmation, then I'll book my trip. And the following day, someone booked in last minute because they needed a treatment, working with my hands-on treatments. They needed a last minute treatment because that night they were flying out to go to Bali. So those were my synchronicities, my messages saying, you need to go to Bali. So when I went home, I booked my trip traveling. So it can be about traveling. It can be about talking to people. It's literally, if you have questions, it's a fun game to play. Put it out there. Ask the universe for guidance. Now for me, so that I made sure I always, what I was trying to say, it's not that I made a deal with the universe, but I told the universe, I said, if you give me, for me, I asked for 3 signs because following signs and synchronicities were new to me. And hi Dora, thanks for joining me. I asked for 3 signs, 3 similar signs that were obvious, that were giving me a sign in order to follow it. And I promised myself, as well as made the promise out to the universe, that if I get those 3 signs, I will do it. I will do what you're showing me to do. So that was also a commitment that I made, that I was going to start following the synchronicities when they did show up. Because the universe will give you lots of messages, but if you ignore them, if you stop paying attention to them, the universe sometimes will say, well, hey, you're not listening. How do I get your attention louder? So I wanted to share that with you. I'd love to hear, if you wanted to type in the comments, if you have any really neat or fun stories related to synchronicities. I absolutely love them. And they've really lit up my life, helping me on my path. So I wanted to share that with you today, and hope that can help give you some guidance on your path. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.